Can I put away all the certificates? And the models? Caleb, why do you have so much stuff? One suitcase isn't enough.
Look who's talking. I bet you'll have much more than me when you graduate. If it doesn't fit, leave it for now. I'll check it when I come back.
The air is filled with the melodious chirping of cicadas, and the summer breeze lifts the gauze curtain. Looking down, I catch a glimpse of Caleb moving his luggage before staring at his desk in frustration. With graduation just around the corner and dorms needing to be cleared out, I'm here to help Caleb pack up his belongings. However, I really should have brought another suitcase. Sighing, I stretch and accidentally knock over a few books stacked on a corner of the desk. As pages flutter, a peculiar item slips out, an envelope with an apple pattern. It sticks out like a sore thumb. Is this a love letter? Speculations begin to swirl in my mind as I cautiously examine the strange item. Wait, Caleb never accepts love letters. But this one was kept in a book. Why? He doesn't even use the lucky charm I gave him before exams. I put a lot of effort into it. With my suspicions tightening their hold over me, I carefully survey the clean desk. I confirm there's no other item that's as girly as the envelope. Which means the person who sent this letter must be very special to Caleb. Could it be from someone he likes?
What's got you so deep in thought, Pipsqueak?
A sudden chill brushes against my cheek, and I'm brought out of my musings. Caleb had returned before I realized it. Holding the soda he bought, he presses one of the cans against my face.
Apple soda. Buy one, get one free. You didn't even notice when I came back. Got that tired, huh?
Just as he's about to come closer, I quickly hide the letter. I take the soda can that Caleb kindly opened for me.
Here's the straw. Do you need a mini fan? You can use it if you feel hot.
Observing Caleb's elegant movements, I become more wary. I accept the soda and mini fan while keeping an eye on him. You sure know how to be charming, Caleb. You must have captivated a lot of people with that easygoing attitude, huh? Caleb is just about to close the suitcase when he freezes after my words. He gives me a look as if he's looking at an alien.
Is the heat getting to you or something?
No. Hey, before I can continue, he's already reaching out to pinch my nose.
Then why are you talking nonsense in broad daylight? Take a break if you're tired. Maybe you can head downstairs and get some fresh air. Go for a walk even.
He releases my nose before I can touch him. Smiling mischievously, Caleb raises his eyebrow before turning his attention back to his suitcase. He continues packing. Amidst the gentle breeze, laughter travels through the open window. Gritting my teeth, I glare at him for a while. Then, I look out and see a few girls giving their love letters to some boys. I'm going to find out who sent that letter, no matter what. No wonder they say graduation is the season for love confessions. Caleb, you must have gotten a ton of love letters today. I purposely let my words linger in the air. Click. The door's lock is askew and Caleb looks at me. His gaze is filled with confusion.
Can I ask how you came to that conclusion? No one's waiting for me by the door, right? And when have I ever accepted love letters from girls anyway?
How would I know? I'm not with you 24/7. Narrowing my eyes, I grumble to myself. And amidst the wind and chirping cicadas, I hear a soft sigh from Caleb.
Actually, there might be one exception.
Huh?
I care about this person. I've accepted things from her too. Unfortunately...
Unfortunately what? I remember the letter that's important to him, judging by his tone. Could it be one-sided? An unrequited love? Is the letter from the girl he likes? Caleb remains silent, his gaze fixed on me. Dappled light casts elusive shadows upon his cheeks. As I watch his hair flutter in the wind, a strange sensation washes over me. It tugs at my heartstrings. So, what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna confess to her?
Should I?
A heavy silence descends upon us. Under Caleb's intense gaze, I find myself opening and closing my mouth several times in an attempt to speak. In the end, I lower my gaze. If you really like her, then you should... Ow! My forehead is flicked, and I look up. With my hand covering my forehead, all I see is Caleb's face. Hey, what was that for?
Dummy. You actually believe everything I say? Where's that sharp wit of yours?
You were making stuff up?
What else could it possibly be? I did nothing but study, study, and study. Just think about it, Pipsqueak. Since when have I interacted with other girls?
I freeze. Then, gritting my teeth, I reach out to tickle him. Caleb, you...
Liar.
In one swift motion, my hand is caught. Caleb slings a bag over his shoulder and he smirks. It's as if he scored a three-pointer in a basketball game.
Let's go. And grab your stuff. This liar's treating you to dinner.
After dinner, I'm still unable to get Caleb into talking about the girl he likes. We enter a convenience store together. Vinegar, soy sauce. What else did Grandma say we needed to buy?
Tissues. We're running low on them. Do you also want some chips?
Just as I'm about to respond, a mother and her son happen to pass by on the opposite side of the shelf.
Okay. I won't ask about the love letter in your backpack, but you should focus on studying. Mom, you shouldn't rummage through my stuff.
Everyone has their little secrets. I let out a meaningful sigh and stare at Caleb. With great precision, Caleb picks out my favorite snacks from the shelf. He gives me a skeptical look in response to my words. He glances at the mother and son.
Why are you saying these things? You know them or something?
I'm just thinking. Caleb seems to be more confused. As we make a turn at a corner, we're in the aisle with daily necessities. His gaze sweeps over the assortment of items before settling on a particular hairpin.
I think it'd look good with your new clothes. Can you lower your head a little? I want to see if it fits.
Okay. I do as he says, and my gaze lands on the vibrant accessories sitting on the shelf. An idea forms in my mind. Gathering my thoughts, I open my mouth. Caleb, I've got a question. If a guy is usually into this kind of cool style, I point to a simple black hairpin, pause, and then gesture toward a shiny crystalline apple hairpin. And one day, you suddenly find out he has a cute thing like this. What would be your first reaction? Caleb stops moving. He looks at the hairpin before glancing at me. His expression is similar to the one he had when seeing wasabi-flavored marshmallows for the first time.
You know a guy who uses hairpins? Who is he?
It's a hypothetical question. There aren't any real hairpins involved. Just tell me what you'd do in this kind of situation. Caleb's brow furrows, then unfurrows. He takes the apple hairpin, puts it close to my hair, and then places it in the shopping cart.
Well, the hairpin's gotta be from someone else. Why are you asking?
Exactly. If this guy accepts and carefully keeps it, doesn't that mean something? Caleb puts the other hairpin he picked back onto the shelf. Narrowing his eyes, he turns to face me.
Hey. Remember how we promised not to keep any secrets from each other?
Yeah, but why are you bringing that up?
Since we agreed not to have any secrets.
Under the bright overhead lights, Caleb meets my gaze. He leans in, gradually closing the distance between us.
Be honest. Is there someone you like?
Huh?
Now that I think about it, you've been acting very strange lately. When did you suddenly develop an interest in romance? You're even talking about a specific scenario. So...
With each word, Caleb is one step closer to me. I begin to move back until my shoulders touch the shelf, leaving me with no room to retreat. Caleb puts his hands on either side of my head, subtly obstructing the view of others and cutting off my escape route.
What's going on here?
Why are you asking me? I gulp. Then, regaining my composure, I stand up straight. If I do find someone I like, I definitely won't hide it from you. What about you, though?
What? I won't hide it from you either. But why are we even discussing this? You're acting really weird today.
He's still playing dumb. I glare at him. After I grab the shopping cart, I head over to check out. You know what I mean.
Thank you for
Come
using
on,
our
let's pay for
self-checkout
our
service.
stuff. Since that night, Caleb and I have been in a relentless cycle. I can't get him to open up. Likewise, he doesn't understand what's on my mind. Clearing the air would be possible if I admit I stumbled upon the letter he was hiding, but that's a bad idea, right? The stalemate between Caleb and me remains and even persists until the day of his graduation.
I fixed my buttons and collar. Do I still look weird?
It's fine, I guess. Turn around, I'll double check. Caleb softly chuckles. He does as he's told and turns around. He's right in front of me.
I thought you wouldn't show up today. It seemed like you couldn't care less about talking to me lately.
Well, today is your graduation. Grandma can't make it, and you'd look pretty pitiful if I didn't show up, right? I glare at him, and Caleb, who's about to ruffle my hair, moves his hand to his shirt buttons instead.
It's good to be a little feisty. So even when I'm not around, you won't let anyone treat you like a pushover.
You... Seeing how I'm about to glare at him again, Caleb quickly raises his hands as if to surrender.
All right, let's call a truce. But can you tell me why you're upset?
He hesitates for a moment.
Is it because I got too nosy the other day and asked if you found a guy you like?
Do you want to take another guess?
Then... Are you a little on edge thinking about me graduating, meeting new people, and us growing apart?
Lower your head. I grab his tie and pull him closer. I mentally sigh before moving again. I wasn't actually upset about that at first, but I've been thinking these past few days, maybe there's some truth to what you said. I'm anxious, so I'm making a big deal out of nothing. As I steal a glance at Caleb, I falter and swallow the second sentence. While I think about what to say next in an attempt to appear mature, Caleb unexpectedly bursts into a fit of laughter. He reaches out to ruffle my hair. What's so funny?
We're quite alike in this. Now you understand how I felt when you graduated from high school. Back then, just the thought of you meeting new people and us growing apart kept me up at night.
Really? Just for the record, I've been sleeping pretty well lately. I glance at him, and the annoyance I previously held begins to dissipate. Anyway, I've spent these past few days reflecting. I don't need to know everything, Caleb. But if you ever meet someone who's more important than me, you have to let me know. I lower my gaze and begin fiddling with Caleb's tie. In the silence, I can feel the rhythm of his heartbeat. It's faintly transmitted through the fabric under my fingers.
Who could be more important?
You'll have to ask yourself that. You'll meet a lot of people in the future. New friends, allies, maybe even a girlfriend. The words linger on the tip of my tongue, but I decide to hold them back. Suddenly, Caleb moves closer. Our gazes meet, and I can see my reflection in his eyes.
What? A girlfriend?
As I press my lips into a thin line, preparing to avert my gaze, Caleb's voice reaches my ears.
I won't get a girlfriend.
What?
Caleb, it's time for the commencement speakers to deliver their speeches. You're the last one we're waiting on.
Despite a classmate calling out to him from far away, Caleb remains where he is. He refuses to turn around, his gaze fixed on me. As if concerned I didn't hear him clearly, he repeats himself.
I won't get a girlfriend. You and Gran are enough for me. I don't have the energy to care about others, so don't worry. I won't.
A gentle breeze sweeps in through the open door and tousles his bangs. Before turning around, he ruffles my hair once more.
Gotta go. Wait for me to come back.
I watch him walk away. Suspicious, I narrow my eyes. If you say so, I'll take your word for it. The graduation ceremony is being held outdoors. Under the scorching midsummer sun, the air itself feels restless. I sit in the audience watching Caleb as he delivers his speech. The sunlight bathes him in a golden hue. For a fleeting moment, his figure appears blurred and distant. It's as if he's beyond my reach. His words must have touched the audience. Applause erupts in a continuous stream of admiration. However, it all slowly transforms into noise in my ears. Raising my head, I stare at the vast, seemingly boundless blue sky. A plane leaves behind two distinct contrails as it gradually fades into the distance. In the future, Caleb will probably be as unreachable as the sky. Will he actually not get a girlfriend? The wind rustles the trees as it's accompanied by a chorus of cicadas. Shielding my eyes from the sunlight, I observe the leaves clinging to their branches. It's a stark contrast to the clouds and birds that have long since disappeared. There's a moment of silence. The microphone reverberates, prompting the crowd to hush, and my gaze shifts toward Caleb.
My speech would have ended here. However, right before I went on stage, a person said something strange to me. It had to do with what's important.
It's just a glance, but Caleb unexpectedly turns his head in my direction. With a single look, he meets my gaze.
She said that after graduation, I would meet more people and experience new things. Maybe I'd meet someone who's more important than her. But I believe it ultimately comes down to choice. People only yearn for the future because they haven't encountered someone they truly cherish. I consider myself lucky. I already have someone who's very important to me. Someone I can't live without. I wish everyone could have this luck. Thank you, and happy graduation.
Cheers and whistles fill the air as thunderous applause roared. Amidst the surging crowd, Caleb and I hold each other's gaze for a long moment. Words fail to capture the complexity of my emotions right now. However, as I look up, I notice those contrails have converged into one. The ceremony progresses to the next stage. It's marked by the joyous tossing of hats into the air. My moment with Caleb is interrupted by the exuberance. As the crowd moves forward, I find myself being propelled along with them. Meanwhile, Caleb gets off the stage among the crowd. The air is filled with a cacophony of voices. In the commotion, I spot Caleb. He appears anxious, pushing against the crowd in search of someone. Caleb! I wasn't too loud, but Caleb promptly looks up. The wind is refreshing as it touches my face, and Caleb's eyes shine bright. I smile. At that moment, I sprint, the weight of my annoyance and traces of feeling betrayed
Oh,
dissipating.
be careful.
Caleb's words are interrupted. As soon as I throw myself into his arms, I stand on my tiptoes. I kiss his cheek before he can react. Congratulations, you're done with college. And there's your gift. You can't find a girlfriend now, Caleb. I playfully stick out my tongue, presenting the bouquet I prepared in advance. I make another funny face at him. Allow me to tell you something. When I was helping you pack up, I stumbled upon a love letter you hid in a book. The one that had an envelope with an apple on it. I can't forgive you for keeping it a secret from me, but I'll let it slide this time because you gave a good speech. I take the hat from Caleb's hand and put it on my head. However, I notice he's unusually quiet. Intense sunlight casts a glare that obscures Caleb's expression. His ears are red only for a moment. Caleb, are you okay? As I reach out toward Caleb's ear, my hand is caught by him. He holds it tightly for a few seconds. Slowly, his grip loosens as he leans down. His face is covered by his hand. Caleb? Concerned, I move closer, only to receive a flick to the forehead. Ow, Caleb!
This love letter you mentioned. It was tucked inside my copy of Flight Detector Mechanics, right? And it was in a little envelope with an apple pattern?
I guess. You do remember it well. I rub my forehead. Out of the corner of my eye, I look at Caleb. Slightly squinting, he smiles. He pinches my nose.
Silly girl. That's the lucky charm you gave me for exams. The original envelope had ink on it, so I replaced it with a new one. Why didn't you open it?
It wasn't a well-kept love letter? A buzzing fills my ears, and I wish the floor would open up and swallow me. However, Caleb swiftly grabs me. He pulls me up to stand next to him. He nods at the person standing before us. I noticed they were the photographer from the college newspaper. They had asked if we'd like to have our picture taken. As the photographer starts adjusting the camera lens, Caleb leans toward me.
So that's why you were sulking these past few days.
I wasn't. I just thought you kept it a secret from me. With each word, the embarrassment washing over me grows stronger. I want to hide in a corner, and my hands nervously fidget behind my back. However, Caleb gently takes my hands and holds them. The photographer holds up the camera, and just before I can hear the click of the shutter button, Caleb meets my gaze. Smiling, he speaks in a soft yet resolute voice.
I have never kept a secret from you. Not even once. You just have a lot of questions. And because there are so many, you hesitate to ask them. But when it comes to the one thing you want to know more than anything else, well, my answer will always be the same.